This is a narcissist revealing themselves to you. If they say things like, "I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't see it that way. I think you're crazy. What are you talking about? I never said that. That was just a joke. Can't you take a joke? Are you imagining things? You must be imagining things. When you accuse me of cheating, you are crazy. Look at yourself. How crazy and sick you are. You are nothing. Oh, I never said that at all. And that is not what I meant." When you try to confront them. And they can have, for example, if you're dealing with people who are having meetings, they withhold information from you. I mean that if there is a meeting or meetings about something that is important to you, like regarding your work, for example, and you're dealing with narcissistic people, well, you really likely, you do sense that this is going on. But anyway, so if you have meetings with them, you're trying to trust these people, and all they do is give you shock treatment and panic attacks. It's a clear sign that you're dealing with narcissistic people. They turn everything against you. They make you the scapegoat, gaslight you, and you cannot ever be winning with these people, and they're always in a competition with you in every way that they just can. They're so egotistical. So this, whatever it is that is important to you, and there are meetings about that, and you are hoping for solutions, you're hoping to be heard and respected normally and treated normally, well, they will never do that. So you might as well just leave the job and do whatever you can to be leaving that situation behind, because that is all that you will get from them. Is scapegoating, gaslighting, manipulation, brainwash, disrespect, abuse, neglect, because they sense your kindness and sensitivity and they don't like it. They don't want you there because you have so much power. You have the Holy Spirit within you, and they don't like it. You trigger their demons. And you cannot ever talk about love or emotions or respect to them, because they don't even understand what these things really are. So how could they even communicate about these issues? But this is what I also learned and discovered, is that they really don't understand. They don't know what love is. Love is the most powerful force in the world, and they have no idea what it really is. They have no idea about real, genuine, authentic respect. They don't have any idea what it is to take accountability and responsibility. And your strength can scare them deep down, even though that they are not showing it necessarily, but it can make them feel weak, which of course is right. I think it's just justified if it happens. And there will always be these sentences that they use when they talk to you, these typical pattern sentences which I just mentioned. I was just basically talking about this earlier today in my video, but anyway, I just wanted to address it again because it is so important to actually know when you're dealing with a narcissistic, immature person, and you don't end up blaming yourself again and having those panic attacks and that shock and taking their negative energy and their projections onto you when it is not your problem. It is not your issue. You are separate from them. You have to remember that you are a separate entity, a separate being from them. They are not you. They will never say things to you honestly and straightforwardly and authentically like an honest person does who take responsibility and accountability. They will never do that. And so it is a crystal clear difference. And so important because it helps you, the more you remember and acknowledge this, it helps you heal and deal with these toxic people, these issues, and that you can remember that you are on the right side, you are on God's side, they are on devil's side, and likely they will never come out of that side because they are so brainwashed into acting like that. But this is why we have to be aware about the empath narcissist dynamic and how toxic it is, and that we can understand where we come from, that we would never act like that. We don't throw around such silly, immature, toxic sentences to anybody. We actually take accountability and responsibility, and we actually communicate honestly and straightforwardly like a normal person does. And so we will never be like that, and we should not be like that. So I just hope that, all empaths and highly sensitive people can just lead happy, safe lives, and be aware, have the narc awareness, about these issues. So ultimately, it does not matter if they abuse you intentionally or not intentionally, whether they realize that they are abusing you or not. It does not excuse the abuse anyway. Nothing excuses it, not even their trauma. So you cannot just treat people as you wish. We all deserve normal respect and love and care and support. Nobody should be struggling alone. And this is very unfortunate that this is happening. And I just do my best to bring things out into the light, because we cannot be winning in the darkness. Things have to be brought into the light with truth. So because they will always do everything to deny your experiences, your feelings, your emotions, your facts, everything. They are basically denying your experience and that you even exist, altogether. And likely, if you're dealing with a narcissistic ex, you will likely notice that they have been living their life like you never existed. So they are very good at, hiding things and denying things and like pretending that something never happened, and whether they intentionally avoid the truth when you try to reason with them or not. Again, it does not matter as long as you don't feel like you are the crazy one who is always to blame. So always remember that whether they acknowledge acting that way or not, but it is your experience and it is valid when they are ignoring you and denying your experience, belittling something about you or what you say or what you do, whatever it is. But they are always belittling and denying and lying to you into your face. And so also remember that they are self-destructing themselves, and you should not be paying with your life because they are like this. It's not your issue. It was never your issue, and it will never be your issue. So I hope that you can let go of hoping and waiting and wishing that they would come across halfway in something, because they never will. They are very very toxic and stubborn in this way. The energy, the entities within them that is causing this, the traumas that are within these people, the inner child wounds, they are causing this behavior, and it is not your problem. So often as empaths and highly sensitive people, we just take in other people's pain because we care so much. And if we are even feeling guilty and ashamed of ourselves, of course it's natural, unconsciously, subconsciously. But seriously, if somebody is doing this to you and they are not communicating, not coming across halfway in something when they should, they are belittling whatever you try to say to them. Maybe you're standing up for yourself and, expecting to be receiving some sort of respect in that. But it will never come, so very likely you are dealing with a narcissistic person, yes. And it's important to know that you are not the crazy one, that this is a valid experience, this is reality. Narcissistic abuse syndrome, NPD, it is a real thing, and people suffer from this. So I hope this helps you right now if you needed to hear this, and don't hesitate to get in touch and check out my services, my self-help book, and my freebies, such as my self-care checklist, because they are here to assist you so that you can actually save yourself, save your life, improve your life. That's what I'm here for. That is why I created my services throughout my personal painful experiences after coming from, all of that trauma and shock treatment and abuse and neglect and, bullying and all of that. So I've seen and experienced a lot. So, based on that, I'm here to help and created my services. So don't hesitate to book my free consultation call if you're interested in working with me and you want to have a chat first.